Constitutional law is the bedrock of any robust legal system. It establishes the essential framework for government and clearly outlines the rights and freedoms of individuals. This body of law, often enshrined in a written document, serves as a supreme law, taking precedence over all other laws within a nation. The Constitution therefore acts as a blueprint, defining the powers of different branches of government and their limitations. Understanding constitutional law is crucial to grasping the functioning of a country's legal system and the rights afforded to its citizens. Command currently the VO is 86 words long. Please expand it to be 90 words long. One of the most critical roles of constitutional law is its role in ensuring fair and democratic elections. This legal framework is essential in maintaining the integrity and legitimacy of the electoral process, which is the cornerstone of any democratic society. Election disputes, often fraught with high stakes and passionate arguments, can severely test a nation's commitment to democratic principles. These disputes can arise from various issues such as allegations of voter fraud, discrepancies in vote counting, or challenges to the eligibility of candidates. In such instances, constitutional law provides a framework for resolving disputes peacefully and justly. It ensures that all parties involved have a clear understanding of their rights and responsibilities, and it provides mechanisms for addressing grievances in a structured and orderly manner. It does so by outlining the rules governing elections, the powers of electoral bodies, and the procedures for challenging election results. These rules are designed to ensure transparency, accountability, and fairness in the electoral process. A prime example of constitutional law's role in election disputes is the landmark case of Bush versus Gore in 2000. This case highlighted the importance of having a robust legal framework to address election-related issues. This controversial case, which ultimately decided the outcome of the presidential election, revolved around the recounting of votes in Florida. The legal battle that ensued brought to light the complexities and challenges of ensuring a fair electoral process. The Supreme Court's decision in this case, based on Turchendi's on its interpretation of the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, highlighted the crucial role of constitutional law in adjudicating election disputes and ensuring a fair and legitimate transfer of power. This decision underscored the importance of equal treatment under the law and the need for consistent standards in the electoral process. Similarly, the case of Imran Khan versus Election Commission of Pakistan in 2013 showcased the significance of constitutional law in upholding democratic principles. This case was pivotal in addressing allegations of electoral misconduct and ensuring the credibility of the electoral process in Pakistan. This case involved allegations of rigging in the 2013 Pakistani general elections. The legal proceedings that followed were instrumental in highlighting the need for transparency and accountability in the electoral process. The Supreme Court of Pakistan, in its ruling, emphasized the importance of free and fair elections, highlighting the judiciary's role in safeguarding the integrity of the electoral process and upholding constitutional rights. This ruling reinforced the principle that the judiciary must act as a guardian of democratic values and ensure that the electoral process is conducted in a manner that is free from bias and manipulation. These cases underscore the critical role of constitutional law in ensuring that elections are conducted fairly and that disputes are resolved justly, upholding the very foundation of democratic societies. By providing a clear legal framework and mechanisms for addressing electoral disputes, Constitutional law helps to maintain public confidence in the electoral process and ensures the legitimacy of democratic governance. Beyond its role in shaping the political landscape, constitutional law plays a paramount role in safeguarding the fundamental rights of individuals. It serves as the bedrock upon which democratic societies are built, ensuring that the rule of law prevails over arbitrary power. It acts as a shield, protecting citizens from government overreach and ensuring their freedoms are respected. This protection is not just theoretical, but is actively enforced through judicial review and legal precedents. This protection is often enshrined in a Constitution's Bill of Rights, which enumerates specific freedoms deemed fundamental to human dignity and autonomy. These rights include freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and the right to a fair trial, among others. The landmark case of Roe v. Wade in 1973 in the United States exemplifies the profound impact of constitutional law on individual rights. This case not only transformed the legal landscape, but also ignited a national conversation about reproductive rights and personal autonomy. This case, which recognized a woman's right to abortion, stemmed from the Supreme Court's interpretation of the 14th Amendment's Due Process Clause. The decision underscored the importance of privacy and personal decision-making in matters of family and health. The court held that this clause guarantees a right to privacy, which encompasses a woman's right to choose whether or not to terminate her pregnancy. This interpretation has had lasting implications for women's rights and healthcare laws across the country. Roe v. Wade remains a cornerstone of American constitutional law, sparking ongoing debates about the balance between individual rights and state interests. The case continues to influence legal arguments and public policy discussions to this day. Similarly, the case of Benazir Bhutto vs. Federation of Pakistan in 1988 highlights the crucial role of constitutional law in protecting individual rights. This case was a significant moment in Pakistan's legal history, emphasizing the need for judicial independence and fairness. This case arose when Benazir Bhutto, the first female Prime Minister of Pakistan, challenged her dismissal from office, alleging gender discrimination. Her fight for justice became a Sana Samti Kabanna symbol of resistance against patriarchal norms and political oppression. The Supreme Court of Pakistan in its decision emphasized the importance of equality before the law, setting a precedent for safeguarding fundamental rights and protecting individuals from discrimination. This ruling reinforced the principle that no one is above the law and everyone deserves equal protection. These cases demonstrate the vital role of constitutional law in upholding individual liberties, ensuring that every citizen, regardless of gender, religion, or ethnicity, is treated with dignity and respect. They remind us that the fight for justice and equality is ongoing, and that the law must continually evolve to meet the needs of a diverse and changing society. Central to the functioning of any constitutional democracy is the principle of separation of powers. This principle is not just a theoretical concept, but a practical framework that ensures the smooth operation of a democratic government. This fundamental concept dictates that governmental power should be divided among different branches, legislative, executive, and judicial, to prevent any one entity from accumulating too much authority. Each branch has its own distinct functions and responsibilities, creating a system of checks and balances. This separation is vital to prevent tyranny and ensure a balance of power. By distributing power, it ensures that no single branch can dominate the others, thus protecting individual freedoms and maintaining the rule of law. Judicial review, a crucial component of this balance, empowers courts to review the actions of the other branches and ensure their adherence to the Constitution. This power acts as a safeguard against potential abuses of power by the legislative and executive branches. The landmark American case of Marbury v. Madison in 1803 established the principle of judicial review in the United States. This case is often cited as the foundation of judicial authority in the American legal system. In this case, Chief Justice John Marshall asserted the Supreme Court's authority to invalidate laws passed by Congress if they were found to be in conflict with the Constitution. This decision was pivotal in defining the role of the judiciary in the American government. This landmark decision solidified the judiciary's role as the guardian of the Constitution, ensuring that the actions of the other branches remain within the bounds of the law. It established the judiciary as an independent and equal branch of government. Similarly, the case of Zafar Ali Shah vs. Pervez Musharraf in 2000 exemplifies the importance of judicial review in upholding constitutionalism. This case highlighted the judiciary's role in maintaining the rule of law in the face of political upheaval. This case arose from the military coup led by Pervez Musharraf, which overthrew the elected government. The judiciary was faced with the challenge of addressing the legality of the coup and its implications for the country's constitutional framework. The Supreme Court of Pakistan, in a landmark decision, declared the coup illegal and unconstitutional, emphasizing the judiciary's role in upholding the supremacy of the Constitution. This decision reinforced the principle that no one is above the law, not even the military. These cases underscore the vital role of judicial review in maintaining a balance of power, preventing any branch of government from overstepping its constitutional boundaries, and safeguarding the integrity of the democratic process. Judicial review acts as a critical mechanism to ensure that the principles of democracy and constitutionalism are upheld, protecting the rights and freedoms of individuals against potential government overreach.